What is going on, you guys? My name is Alex, and I'm a 22-year-old trader attempting to master the stock market to potentially one day join the very few who make a living out of this. So we're not going to be trading stocks today, but we're going to be doing something very interesting, something I've never done before, and that is coding a strategy into NinjaTrader. So you might have heard me in the past talk about how I despise day trading in the futures market, and that is simply because it's too fast-paced for us. I think working in the 5-minute would be like the minimum that I would do, which is what I'm going to do. But the 1 minute, the 3 minute, anything under that is just simply too fast for some of you guys. For most of you guys, actually, I've heard even professionals say that that's too fast for them, and they prefer swing trading over day trading like that. So unless you have like a $30,000 account or maybe a $20,000 account, you cannot swing trade in the futures market. So I'm going to get into the futures market, but I'm going to go in cautiously. That is why I'm going to be using code. So I've recently bought a $1,000 mentorship with this one guy who gave me a set of 7 setups, 7 strategies. But I'm only going to use one of them just to get my feet wet here. So I'm literally coming into this in the futures market with a lot of precautions here, especially using the code here that I'm going to be explaining, the strategy that I'm going to be explaining here to you guys. And I'm going to be using code simply because I don't want to leave room for error. I want to build this, I want to actually make this a real income stream. Eventually, I do want to do this full time, building like multiple streams of income. One of them being the futures market, another one being the stock market swing trading, and then another one being YouTube and maybe even Discord. You might have seen the previous videos that I actually give a quick recommendation to my Discord. I do offer an apprenticeship, which is a little bit different than a mentorship, kind of the same thing to be honest, but something very unique and very special that I'm offering completely for free. As of right now, it is free. Maybe in the future I do plan on offering that as a at a price, but right now completely for free, just simply because I want to build some teaching experience. And yeah, so if you're interested in something like that, well, go ahead and check the link out. Again, completely for free, no pressure though. You don't have to join. If you want to join, and feel free to leave at any time you like. I'm doing this just to learn how to teach better. So with that being said, again, I'm completely doing this completely new here. So I have my line of code here that I got from ChatGPT here. I just sent it to myself on an email here. And again, I don't even know if this works. I don't know what I'm going to do, but we have the line of code here. And apparently we only need to have NinjaTrader. So no other platform I downloaded, nothing else, just simply NinjaTrader has it all apparently. So let's open up NinjaTrader here and see what's going on. So real quick while this loads up, if you haven't watched my video where I despise day trading or intraday trading, just a quick summary of that. I don't like day trading simply because it's too fast paced for you guys. I think making decisions on a minute by minute basis, especially if you're a beginner, it's just completely out of your skill level right there. So again, making decisions in the stock market is already difficult. Even for me as a swing trader here, it's pretty hard for me still to respect my rules, let alone in a minute by minute basis. That's extremely hard, to be honest with you guys. So again, this could work out perfectly here, attempting to code my strategy here. And if it does, well, you just learn how to code. All right, so now that NinjaTrader is opened up, apparently we need to find a control center. So control center, I'm assuming that is going to be here in tools. No, it's not. Workspace, no. New. So there is no control center here, but it does say after entering the control center, you want to put new and then Ninja Script Editor. And I do see oh yeah, it's right here, Ninja Script Editor. So press that. Let's see where this takes us now. Next, oh yeah, there it is. We have a pop-up here that apparently we're supposed to click new. So I'm assuming the new is going to be one of these. Again, I'm completely new to this, so this might take a while, but I'm going to probably cut out a bunch of these little pauses where I have to analyze here. So I'm assuming this is going to be newer. Yeah, this is good here. So new and then strategy. So new strategy right here. Create a new strategy. This wizard will guide you through the process of creating a new strategy. To continue, click next. So next, I'm going to name the strategy. It tells me here to name it MNQ20 EMA. So obviously I'm going to break down the strategy here. I'm just gonna name it like that, just keep it short. I'm gonna break down the strategy here. Validate. Let me see if just get rid of the spaces here. All right, so there it is. So obviously I'm gonna break down the strategy as we go on right here, but it's essentially an EMA strategy, crossover EMA strategy. No targets. So let's see. Okay, so now I'm realizing that the naming the strategy was actually pretty important. So I'm gonna go ahead and put exactly what ChatGPT is telling me to put here, because I think it needs to correlate with the code that we're having here. So I'm gonna do that real quick. So already there's a little problem here. So I'm supposed to put I actually don't remember what this is called there, but this little thing right here, I think it's a hyphen. Probably wrong, but this thing right there, and then I'm actually supposed to put this after the MNQ and then after the EMA, but as I continue to write something else, it just deletes right there. So I'm gonna try to just do it like that, see if that works. I'm pretty sure we'll quickly see if it works or not right here as we move on. So actually this isn't even capitalized. So all right, so this is what we have right here, and I'm actually gonna ask ChatGPT if well, the situation that's going on. So I'm trying to put a hyphen, I think it's called, but it's not letting me. So it's just automatically deleting. And then, but I'm wondering because I could put space between these words like this. Watch, and I'm wondering if I could put a space between these like this. So maybe that's how it's supposed to be actually. Since I don't think there could be any spaces in the code. So yeah, I'm actually just gonna try this. I'm not gonna ask. I'm just gonna try it like this. Let's see, let me double check if everything is good. It looks like it, except that I don't need a space right here. So I'm gonna remove this space real quick. All right, so we're gonna hit next now. Invalid strategy name. Valid names start with a letter and are followed by letters or digits. Special characters are not allowed. So I don't think spaces are allowed here. So yeah, let's remove the spaces. I think it's the spaces that are the problem here. No, apparently that is not the problem here. So valid names start with a letter and are followed by letters or digits. All right, so we're getting into a little stumbling block already here. But that's perfectly fine. I mean, again, when you're new to something, you should expect things like this. So I'm going to try to figure this out, and I'll be back right now. All right, so this clearly isn't working out. I'm going to try to send myself the code. Again, like I did here, but not the code, but the that line right here that I'm supposed to. So I'm gonna copy this and then paste it onto the name here and see if it lets me here. All right, and it did not let me. So let's see. Oh yeah, actually, I mean that worked, but it didn't include the dashes. Let me actually find out how they're called actually instead of just. So it's called an underscore. All right, I'll keep that in mind. All right, so now that we're through, let's see what the next steps are here. So step 4, replace the default code. To be honest, I don't even think I'm in the right place here because something just feels off, to be honest with you guys. All right, let's go back to where we're at right now. New strategy. I wonder if we just plug in the code here, it'll work. So this is where it gets a little tricky because, again, I don't know what I'm doing. All I know is the strategy from a manual perspective, but anything else I have no idea what I'm doing. Literally paste it on top of all this. Do we just save it here? I think it's saved, but I mean, what now? How do you start it off? All right, so it says to add data series. I think that's going to be over here, or it could be here actually. Strategies. Let's see. I don't know if it's these. I remember creating something like this because I already tried this, but just from a very, very basic thing. I mean, we're literally just talking about a couple of criteria here, but nothing compared to coding here. So definitely not right here. So all right, so here we are. So I'm going to try to figure out the name thing here that we were having problems with earlier. As soon as I figure it out, though, I'm not going to take any more shortcuts, but as soon as I figured it out, back to you guys. So again, this is part of the process here. You want to just be patient with these things simply because you're new to them, so you shouldn't expect to figure things out on the first go here. So I'm going to take my time here. I have all day, and hopefully I figure it out and have a good video for you guys. Hopefully we actually ultimately at the end of the day get to trade the strategy, or at least see it work out, even partially, even if it doesn't work out perfectly. I at least want to see this work out, and I'm pretty sure we will. So stay tuned, you guys. All right, so that didn't take very long. I just figured out what we could do. I pasted the strategy name here, and obviously it did. It removed the what were they called again? I forgot what they were called again. I'm just gonna call them dashes. Underscore. So there it is. So it was deleting the underscores as I pasted it. But right now, once it's pasted already, I find that I could actually type in the underscore. So let's see. Yeah, so like that. So let's see now. Hopefully, actually there isn't an underscore there, but hopefully it actually lets me use this name, because I mean that was a problem earlier that it wasn't letting me use the name here. So let's find out. All right, that should be good already. I think that's it. So let's give it a try here. Next, and there it is. All right, so on to the next problem. The next problem was that we need to delete all this and set up our own criteria here, or our own properties, but I don't find a delete button here anywhere or anything similar to that, I think. All right, you guys, so it's been about 30 minutes now and I still haven't figured it out, but there is something that I wanted to do here, which was try to change the name of the previous shortcut that I took pretty much. So I'm gonna try to do that here. Let's see if it works. All right, so that should be it right there. Let's do it. Yes. All right, so now that we have this here, okay, so that's new right here. So I'm a little confused because we're going off script from what ChatGPT is telling us here, but we have the code ready. I think what's left to do is simply apply it to the chart here. So let's find out if we could apply it to the chart. Yeah, we don't see our strategy here again, so that's pretty weird. So I just pressed compile right here, which was this button right here, and apparently when they're red like this, there's problems. So we definitely do have some problems here, although I don't know what the problems actually are. Let's see. This is probably going to be as the difficult. This is probably going to be where I give up. No, I'm just playing. But this is definitely going to be a problem here because I can't really edit the code manually, so I'm going to have to use ChatGPT if necessary. But if that's even the problem, I don't even know if that's a problem, to be honest here. But apparently this is obviously a problem here. I'm gonna have to relay this to ChatGPT and see what it thinks or says here. So give me a second. So ChatGPT says that perfect. At least that means your code is in the right place and compiling is happening. 9 errors is actually very common in the first time you paste a strategy. So I'm gonna read what it suggests here and we'll break this down very quickly and easily, hopefully. All right, so apparently we're supposed to be using some declarations here before we begin. So I set myself because I'm using the ChatGPT for my phone here just to make things a little bit quicker, but we're supposed to paste this in right here before a specific error, so we're supposed to type it in right here. Let's see if it works. And that's apparently supposed to remove all these, if not, or the majority of them, if not all of the errors that we're getting here. So let's save it and actually, I don't know if I'm supposed to compile or save, but let's compile. All right, so it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have all the same errors here. Maybe we typed it in at the wrong spot. I don't know. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to delete all of this right here and just type in a full version, including this right here of the code here. So I already sent it to myself, and this is apparently exactly what we have to include in all for everything here. So let's hope that we get rid of some errors, if not all of them. If we get rid of all of them, I'm going to be extremely happy here. So let's hope for the best here. So no code at all. I don't even know if we're supposed to. Maybe we deleted something that's kind of default, but let's paste it and see if it works now. And something interesting is that I think this code is a little bit longer. Actually, never mind. It looked longer in the group chat of ChatGPT. But let's compile and let's see if it works right here, you guys. I'd be extremely surprised if it works, but yeah. So let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So same 9 errors, and it looks like we still have they're the exact same errors here. So obviously, I'm asking ChatGPT what these errors mean and trying to figure out what's going on here. So everything is good here apparently in terms of copy and pasting it here, but I'm gonna see what's going on now. All right, so I had to take a little break just to send out my watch list. Again, this is something else I offer in my Discord. So 5 stocks to look at today. Really good setups today. Pretty bearish day, I think. Even though the market is trying to recover, I think it was still an overall bearish. So we got 5 trades here, 4 of them being short positions, 1 of them being a long trade, and this is pretty much where it looks like to be in the group chat. So we only have 11 people here, not much people, to be honest, so definitely would want to see that number increase. So if you're interested in something like this, make sure to go ahead and check it out. I do also have a strategy description here of my strategy, a summary here of the strategy if you want to take a look at this, and obviously I break it down in more detail up there. And the apprenticeship, of course, I offer this here. If you want to read this, it's very special, something very important that I think a lot of beginners are missing. A real opportunity here for you guys to learn, and also as well, like I explained in the beginning, an opportunity for me to learn how to teach better for you guys. So that's that. Scanner here, little guide to scan for stocks. Yeah, so I had to upload this quick little. It's 10:30. I only trade in the last 5 minutes of the day, so actually the last 10 minutes of the day. If I take any trades in the last couple of days, I haven't taken any trades. So yesterday was a no trade day. But I do upload my current position. So right now I am holding Tesla, Palo Alto, Spotify, and Walmart. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's get back to grinding this code editing software. So I'm just going to do some experimenting. I'm going to explore the types of editing tools I have here and see what I could do. Maybe I'll just stumble upon a section where it will allow me to just input that code and work with this. So yeah, I'll see what I do in the next couple of hours here. Again, I have all day here, so no hurry. So yeah, I'll be back shortly, you guys, probably in an hour or two. If you guys have experience with coding or writing code into the Ninja script editor here, you're probably thinking like, what is he doing? It's right in front of his face. Maybe it is, but again, this is my first time, so bear with me here, you guys. I'm gonna eventually find it, hopefully. Alright, so I had to bring up ChatGPT here on the computer just to make things a little bit easier, but this is pretty much the code right here, rewritten apparently to fix the problems that I had. Pretty much just gave it the script and told it the problems that I was having. So you can see here, So apparently this is the new script here, but there are a couple of changes that it might have done. But I'm going to take it and just paste it on, and we could probably make some adjustments in the future. I already made an account. I didn't have an account on ChatGPT, but I made one right now, so this chat is going to be saved. But let's get rid of all this right here and type in the new code, see if we get any errors this time. Hopefully we don't. If we do, we'll just keep working at it. And now that we have ChatGPT here on for you guys, it'll be a little bit easier to copy and paste and analyze the situation here. So here's the new code here. Let's compile and see what happens now. Okay, so that's very that was a very interesting, very happy noise sound that it made. I don't know if you guys even heard of that. I might have the desktop audio off, but it was a very satisfying noise. I think we're good to go. Apparently it did come through. We don't have any errors, as you can see down here. Everything is good, but again, there is that one little caveat that I think we didn't really fully get what I wanted, but that's still a successful, I think, a successful launch right there, compile. So let's see if we could apply this to our chart here, and let's see if we see it on our strategies here. Earlier we didn't see it, and there it is. It's actually right here. So let's press add and apply. I think we have to press. Okay, so here we are in our demo account. Let's get our 5 contracts. So apparently, so the strategy here, we're finally going to break it down for you guys, is essentially a 20 exponential moving average line here, which is the white line. So that's going to be the main indicator that we're going to be watching here. So the first crossover that we get, which is happening right now actually, so we crossed over to the under the 20 EMA here, and now we're crossing over. So what we're looking for is essentially a crossover, and as soon as this candle closes above the line, we will look for a order at the high of this candle here, and then the next candle, if it pushes above it, it'll enter, putting a 10-point stop loss, a 10-point target, but the target will only sell 2 contracts, but we will enter with 5 contracts, so we'll have 3 contracts left to go, and we'll just scale out of those manually. So it could be anything from a support line, which will be the next target, or it could be the high of the day or the previous open. Whatever the case may be, the targets will be done manually, but the stop losses will be set automatically. So once we hit our first target, which is going to be the 10 points, our stop loss will also move up to break even. So essentially at our entry point, which is going to be the high of the current candle. And that's pretty much it. That's actually pretty much it. Very simple. I think I don't know if I missed anything right there in that little quick breakdown of it, but again, I paid $1,000 for a mentor to teach me this strategy. He gave me 7 strategies, but I'm only going to use this one simple strategy just to get things started. I could ask him questions, but in terms of coding, I'm pretty sure he has no knowledge of coding. So as of right now, this is what we're working with right now, a crossover off the 20 EMA. As soon as the candle closes above it, we'll enter it, because I was trying to do this manually, but I found it was a little too fast paced, like I assumed. Obviously, when you're trading the 5-minute or anything under, you should expect to be executing your strategy insanely quickly and a minute by minute basis, which is pretty hard. So that's why I decided to just use or try to get into coding here, a little bit into coding, and maybe we could automate a strategy here. Yeah, not much action. I'm going to pause the video here. I'll probably just let it run until something happens here. I think we have the strategy running. As you can see down here, we're in the strategy column here, and we have the strategy right here. So am I supposed to click this, enabled? So I think we were supposed to press enabled. I barely press enabled right now, so let's see what happens. So hopefully this candle closes in 1 minute above the 20 EMA, and we will see if it actually puts in an order or something. I don't know what to expect, to be honest with you guys, but I'm going to let the video roll here and see if we could see some action here. So in case you didn't understand the strategy here, what I'm looking for is, let's take this little area right here, starting off with these black candles. So the price was coming down. Let's say we're looking at the chart. Let's say we came into the market and we started looking at the chart once it was right here. So we got 2 candles closing under the moving average, no big deal. But then we get this big spike right here, big green candle just pushing above the 20 EMA. Again, the main focus is the white line, the 20 EMA right here. So this candle closes above the EMA here, and without the algorithm here, or without the code that we're using, let's say we're doing this manually. So this candle closes above here. I'm going to be watching this, and I'm going to be looking at the high of this candle. So what is the high of this candle? I actually don't even, oh no, I do actually. So if you look down here at the bottom right, you will see where it says the time, the price, the open, the high. So we're going to be looking at the high because we're going to be looking at, well, this is a long trade. So if it was coming down, we'd be looking at the low. But since this is a white bar, green bar, in some cases, we'll be looking at the high. So in this case, the high, if we look down here, remember at the high, in this case, it was 246.43.25. So we'll just say 43.25. So as soon as this candle closes, we would put a limit order to buy at 43.25. So we had to be insanely quick, especially in these candles that close like pretty high, pretty close to the high of the candle. So we would have to put an order out very quickly, manually, at, what was it again? 43.25. We'd have to do that as soon as it closed, just because, well, it could happen very quickly, where the next candle, which is this candle, could just blow above the previous candle, and we would just enter. So in this case, we would have entered, and as soon as we would have reached 10 points above our entry, we would have taken out 2 contracts, moving up our stop loss to break even, and then the rest we'd just have to manually look for a potential target, whether that's a support or a resistance. We just have to search through the stock. We just have to search to the chart and see where a potential target is valid. So in case if it was a losing trade, we would just enter it right here. On the next candle, let's say it pushed up like 5 points, we entered, and then it moved down 10 points. Well, we would just take our losses. That simple. So that's the strategy. I hope you understood it. If not, I'll definitely be uploading a lot of videos breaking it down and more detailed. In fact, I'll be uploading videos where I actually traded this strategy, hopefully using this algorithm, because I don't want to be relying on my human reaction time, we'll just call it that, to execute plays like this. I mean, this play it was a really quick one. You had to be insanely quick. In fact, I probably would have missed it if I was actually trading this manually. But in cases like, for example, this one right here, the price closed a little bit below the high, so we would have had probably a couple of seconds here or maybe even minutes. We don't really know how it played out, but we probably would have waited a couple of minutes here before we actually hit our entry right there. So all right, so we got 1 minute to go, and this candle, hopefully it closes above the white line here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit for you guys. If it closes above the white line, we're supposed to enter a limit order to buy above the high of this candle. So if it does that, we're in good territory, you guys, and we succeeded, and we have successfully implemented a code into an NinjaTrader here. So let's see what happens here. We have a couple of seconds here to go. Again, right now, as soon as this candle closes, we're supposed to see a limit order placed at the high of this current candle right here. And if we don't see it, that means we were unsuccessful. And yes, so it looks like we were unsuccessful. Actually, I don't see anything happen. Unless we're supposed to remove this over here, but this is enabling it, so it should theoretically work. Unless there's already an order out and we just don't see it. Come on, man. I really want to get this over with already. All right, so we pushed above it and nothing. So it looks like the strategy is not working right now. So that's good. We got a good feedback right there. The strategy is definitely not working right there. So I'm gonna try removing this and see if it works. But I don't think that is gonna do anything, since we're literally disabling it. So all right, so I'm gonna go over what exactly it needs to do here, because apparently it's not doing what I wanted it to do. So I'm gonna read real quick how this strategy is intended to work. It waits for a 20 EMA confirmation break, meaning long setups trigger when. Now, why the strategy feels like it's not working on the chart. This is where things get real. Reason number one, your entries almost never trigger. You're using enter long stop market signal high. This order will only fill when price trades above the exact high. That means you're giving your strategy exactly 1 bar to break the high. I mean, that's exactly what we saw right now, actually. So it's not, I mean, we just saw it right now. We literally saw the next candle not close, but trade above the crossover candle, if you even understand what I'm saying. So that's not an excuse right there. All logic uses, yeah. So I'm gonna look into. I'm definitely gonna read all this. I don't want to bore you guys with all this, but I'm gonna look into it, because I think, like I said in the beginning, there's likely some things that I'm missing, because it changed a little bit after I inputted the code here. But I'm gonna go over it, and I'm gonna ask ChatGPT here to change up the things that I missed. And I'm actually gonna describe the strategy that I want to see again to ChatGPT, and then maybe it'll give me a new code, and we'll just retry this whole thing all over again. So bear with me here, but I'm gonna do what I said I was gonna do. So I'll be back. Alright, so here's the big question that I'm going to ask it, pretty much explaining to it what I want to see exactly. It did ask me some questions here that I completely ignored, except for like 2 of them that I did answer. But I'm going to ask it exactly what I want to receive from that code, and let's see what it says here. Alright, so here it says response. Nice, thanks for the clear description of how you want the strategy to behave. I fixed and rewrote your entire NT8 strategy. So let's see. I'm not going to read all that, but I'm going to assume that it did fix everything, and I'm going to go ahead and copy this, deleted all that, paste it in the strategy. Again, now we have to compile this, so let's see if it's actually successful. If not, that's going to be a bummer. Yeah, right, so we have, well, that's only 3 error codes, so I'm going to ask ChatGPT what this is all about and see what it says. Alright, so here's something interesting. I was trying to figure out what was going on here with the I was really typing in the error code that I was getting, but we got a fill here somehow, and definitely not what I was looking for. We do have a stop loss of, like, we entered at 98.70, stop loss is 14.25, so that's definitely not what I was looking for. That's like an 80-point stop loss or a 90-point stop loss. Definitely not going to be looking for that. That's too much money to be risking here, but definitely what it definitely got right was the entry. I mean, this is what we're looking for here. We were looking for a entry above the break, the crossover candle, which is this candle. So it's good, but not what I was looking for in terms of the stop loss. So maybe that's just what we need to fix. I don't know, but hopefully this new code that we just put in, because remember that we just deleted the code and we put in some new code here. So hopefully this new code that we put in, if we manage to fix it, hopefully it does work out better. So I'm just gonna let this trade play out. Probably, I mean, I don't know, but I'm gonna put down the error codes that we got right now and see what happens after that. All right, so we got a clean new code here. Let's implement it and see if it works this time. All right, everything is deleted. Let's implement the new code here. Paste, and let's hope for the best right here. Let's compile and see what happens. Only one error. Okay, so that's very, very good to see, very promising. The type of namespace. So I'm gonna let ChatGPT know that this is going on and see what it has to say about that. All right, so here we go again, you guys. We got a whole new line of code here. So let's try to apply this and see what happens now. Getting a little bit hungry here and a little bit grumpy, not gonna lie. So this thing better work pretty quickly, or else I'm gonna have to quit this. Probably not, but all right. Delete that. Set in the new code. Enter the new code. Paste, and let's run it. Let's see what happens now. It should work right here, theoretically. Oh no, we're back at the same. In fact, I think we have more errors now. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. We have 6 errors. Jesus, you know that's quite unfortunate, to be honest with you guys. But yeah, that's real unfortunate. So I'm definitely gonna put pause on this and see what the hell's going on here and what I could do to move around it. Because what I could also do is, or what I'm thinking is, I think I'm asking it to do a little bit too much. For example, when we enter the trade here, we set a target in for a first target is sell 2 contracts, and as soon as we hit that target, we'll only move up three contracts to break even. So maybe that's where it kind of confuses the system here a little bit, and it makes it a little bit too complicated for the system, maybe. So I'm going to try to just keep it a little bit more basic and just focus more on the entry and see where we could go from there. Because, I mean, that'll be good enough. Maybe not the best. I think we could, maybe I'll actually probably add the automatic stop loss as well. Even though that's a little too basic, and I wanted to do things more automated, completely automated actually, except for the targets. But I could try that. I'll definitely try that. And then if it works well, we could just use that for the meantime. But if it doesn't work well, maybe some of you guys know what's going on, and maybe you guys could help me out. even though I doubted this is a little bit complicated. But I'm sure there is some of you guys out there that know what is going on, and maybe you guys could help me out. And especially considering I already explained my strategy a couple of times. And it's really basic, it's nothing complicated, so it should be doable. But for some reason, it's not working. So I'm gonna try that. I'm just gonna try to keep it simple and just focus mainly on the entry and the stop losses without really adding the partial sell orders and then automatically moving up my stop loss to break even. Maybe that's a little too complicated, but I'm going to pause and see if I can manage to do something like that. Alright, so here's what I asked this. So I want to keep everything except for the profit taking at the partial profit taking at 10 points. So remember, I have the profit to sell, in case of a long trade, to sell 2 contracts after 10 points. I'm going to remove that, but keep the automatic break even after 10 points. So let's see what it gives me here. I'm going to let it load the code here, and we'll copy and paste it. Alright, so the code is ready, but I'm seeing something that says add logging print lines, so you can watch in the output window when signals are detected, orders placed, fills occur, useful for debugging why you didn't get filled. So this is pretty good here because it'll let me know if it's actually even signaling or detecting an order, a potential entry. So I'll probably add this after I see that it's actually good, if it works out properly, just because I don't want to overcomplicate the system here. But it looks like we have the code ready, so let's plug it in here and see what we get now. Alright, so the code is ready. Let's run it. Jesus, I just hope that we don't get any more complications. I'm getting tired, as I've been working at this for like 3 hours or 4 hours now, and not much success. So there it is, successfully. It's successfully done. So let's see if it works on the strategy. So I'm gonna move this to the side and try to open up the strategies here, and it's not letting me again. So I'm gonna close app. Definitely gonna close app because it shouldn't be giving me any more errors like that. I don't know why it's giving me any more errors like this. So I'm gonna close the app here and rerun it again. All right. So I think the code line is just corrupt because, well, I found the problem why it wasn't coming up, and I think it's because I excluded it from the compilation thing right here. Because when you press that, yeah, it just erases from. Let me see. Let me do it again just to show you guys. Yeah, so it just doesn't appear. It doesn't appear right here. But then whenever we try to bring it back, it appears right there, and then theoretically it should come up here again. But then again, it's corrupted, so it doesn't work. Actually, it's not even here. Jesus Christ, man. Alright, so here we go, another run. I'm going to ask it about these errors right here and see what it has to say. It's probably going to give me a whole new line of code. I also decided to might as well just include the signals to detect the entries and stuff like that. So here it gives me examples of why it's giving it to me, but I'm just hoping that it just fixes it in the code here. I'm not really too proficient in terms of coding lines here, but I'm just going to assume that it fixed it, and if it doesn't, I'll give it back the feedback that it needs. Paste. I'm going to save it too. And then compile, see if we get any errors right here. 2 errors, so let's see. So this is definitely a bigger error here. I'm going to let ChatGPT know and see what it could do about it. Alright, here it goes again. So 2 errors. Asked it what exactly they meant and to correct them. So let's see what happens here. Alright, so we have the new line of code here apparently. Let's see if it's fully loaded. Yes, it is fully loaded. Let's see what happens. I'm almost certain that it's not going to work out again. I mean, this has been a really long process here, and we haven't got anywhere. We've been here for a very, very long time. So let's see if this works out here. Because then again, if we do have it running here properly, we come across the problem that we don't see the strategy on the actual chart. So let's see if we get any problems here before we get into that. So we got one problem here, just one. So I'm going to type this in again to ChatGPT and see what it says here. So I'm going to try something slightly different, and I'm actually going to include the code reference and then the line and then the column number. Maybe that'll help it out, and see what it has to say here. I actually wasn't even including anything like that previously, just because I was getting like 9 errors and I wasn't gonna type all that up. I mean, I do have the time for it, but this is definitely getting a little bit frustrating, not gonna lie. Alright, so apparently it has something to do with version. So my version, my Ninja Trader version is older. So let's see if it actually works, which is something interesting because wait, it's actually me to delete blocks. I'm just gonna tell it to create the whole code all over again. Alright, so here it goes. Hopefully it works out. If not, that is a big bummer. I'm about to eat right now and relax a little bit, but let's see if it works out right here with this code right here. So apparently and hopefully if it works out, it'll just be like all those errors were probably just because I was using a older version, even though I think I have the latest version. So maybe just the older version would work better instead. So again, I don't even know what's going on. So I'm completely new to this. All I know is how to trade manually, but I'm trying to get into I'm trying to get into day trading. But in order to do that, I need to delete this. I would like to do this. I would like for the computer to do this for me. All right, let me delete this real quick and add the new line of code here. Save it real quick. Compile. Come on, God, please bless us right here. All right, we got one code here. Is it the same one? No, it's not the same one. So I'm gonna do the exact same thing over and over again until we succeed here and we don't have any errors. So I'm gonna ask ChatGPT like usual and see what we get. All right, new code here. Let's set it up now. Get rid of all this. So what I'm thinking right now is something that could have a problem, but I don't know, and I'm gonna fix it right now, is the name. So I think I'm still using the name here, the name of the file or code, whatever you want to call it. I'm still using the older ones. You can see here it says confirmation break partial targets, and if we look all the way over here, with the new name is MNQ20 EMA entry stop break even. So it's a little bit different. All right, so I'm just asking if it even makes a difference. But on the bright side, it did work, so we have it working now, although I don't think it'll pop up. I probably should have checked if it'll pop up right here. Oh, it actually is here, so maybe it doesn't need to be changed. Let's see what ChatGPT says, though, and then we will edit it if necessary. This is taking forever. I'm actually going to take a break, to be honest with you. I'm going to go get lunch, eat something real good, come back when I'm a little bit more energized, feeling better, and especially now considering that our code actually did work. So I'm going to let this thing load, let the market play out a little bit too, and give you guys an update in terms of the Discord. If you guys are already part of this Discord, I'll let you guys know the trades that I actually took. So your file must be named. Let's see, it's going to tell us right here. So yeah, so I was correct in actually changing the name. So I'm going to try it out just like that. If I do see any errors, I'm going to change it back to this. But as of right now, I'm going to go eat lunch and see. I'll be back right now, you guys. Don't worry about it. Alright, I just finished eating, and I also just finished uploading my entry here in terms of my stock market swing trading account that I have. Took a loss today. We took a around $1,200 loss on Walmart, but we also entered short on Costco and Microsoft. Costco it's probably down like, I don't know, it's down by a lot though, so it was a good time to go short. Got a nice little breakdown of a trend line. Again, if you're interested in that, I'll probably make a video later on breaking down some technical analysis. Or a good one I had in mind was actually why I don't use hard stop losses. So that should be a good video for you guys in the future. But again, if you guys are interested in joining a Discord like this, please feel free to join. Again, you can join and leave it anytime you like, completely for free. Yeah, so let's get back into the video now. We don't need to change the name apparently, so we should be ready to go. The only worry that I have right now is, are we even going to get a trading setup here, since we only have a couple of minutes to trade? So we have the strategy here ready to go. I'm going to add it, apply it. Should be applied already. If we go look at our strategies, it should be here. I'm going to enable it. So there it is. We are ready to go. Again, we're looking for a crossover above the white line. I'll probably get rid of the other moving averages right now, just for the just keep things simple. All right, so it's been like 2 hours already since I resumed since I paused my video, and The market ended up closing on us, so it is 3 p.m. right now in the afternoon, and it just opened right now. So we have everything ready to go. Strategy is enabled. So hopefully right now we do get some action, and we actually do manage to cross over. I'm actually editing the video right now, so it's pretty late in the afternoon right now, and hopefully we do get to just finish the video off right here, and everyone will be happy. So meanwhile this plays out, I would want to mention that if you're watching this video, you're likely into the futures market, whether you have a personal account or you're trading a prop firm account, whatever the case may be, you're interested in trading futures here. And earlier I did mention my Discord. I don't have anything about the futures market in there, although you could trade my strategy in this time frame here, in the 5-minute time frame. It's just a little bit more difficult, but I would like to mention that I'm going to attach the code line, my code, into the Discord server. So if you guys are interested in checking it out, make sure to go ahead and join, and you can steal it and then just leave if you like. Do whatever you want with it, completely free. Again, I'm just doing this for the sake of you guys and for myself too. In the future I am going to charge people for things like this, but for right now I'm going to be doing it for free, just mainly for the experience. And if I could help some of you guys out in the meantime, well, why not? So if you guys want to show some support, make sure to go ahead and check out the server on Discord. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you guys do want the code, the full code, I'm going to leave it down in the server. Again, I don't really show much futures trading right there for a couple of reasons. The main one being that I don't like trading intraday in the futures market. But pretty soon, with this new algorithm setup that I have going on here, if it works out, I will be day trading pretty much every day using that strategy. So if you guys are interested, go ahead and check it out. So 1 minute until this kind of closes, and God, hopefully it closes above, because I am curious to see if this strategy actually works out right here.
Order filled.
Whoa. What just happened right there? So that was definitely weird. That was weird. That was definitely weird. So I'm going to turn on the alright, so it should be able to say here what happened. No? They should have the entry and exit right here, but I think we entered, well, if anything, we could check our orders here. So let's see. Yeah, it's really weird. So I might let this play out again and see what happens. Oh, there it is. So I guess I had to enable it to see what really happened. Yeah, so it just shows where we went long, though. It doesn't say anything else. This would have been a good trade, though. We would have entered at 90. We would have took profit at 60, which would have been right around here. So we would have had our break even. We would have probably taken a quick little $20 profit, not gonna lie. So the way the strategy works is we entered right here, which would have been at the 90 level, and then we would have took profit at the 600 level, which would have been right here. We would have closed two contracts, and then brought our stop loss back to break even, which would have stopped us out right now, right there. And then well, that would have been the trade right there. But unfortunately, it did not play out for some reason. I don't know why. And I don't know why it's yellow over here. Earlier it was green, now it's yellow. Something is definitely wrong right here. Yeah, I'm going to pause and see what happens now. Alright, so here comes a potential other setup here. I'm just reviewing the video here, determining if I want to even upload it, even though I took a complete L. And to be honest, I don't really want to be grinding at this anymore. I mean, I could continue this tomorrow, upload a video, maybe some of you guys could give me some advice. I don't know, but I just want to see what exactly happens, maybe from a little bit closer, or I don't know. I'm hoping that I'll see something different, but if not, it's gonna be a wrap, you guys. I definitely don't want to continue this. Maybe I'll work on it tomorrow, and hopefully you guys have something to share with me. And if not, well, I'll just have to figure it out on my own, like many things, like I did with trading. Hopefully it doesn't take too long, though, because I mean, if you really think about it, it's a very simple strategy here. I could do it manually. Ideally, I don't want to, just because it leaves a lot of room for error. And I mean, we're human, so we're susceptible to making mistakes like that, especially when you're talking about decisions that you need to make on literally seconds. So I don't want to resort to that, but if I have to, I will. Or maybe I could even break it down to just the simple entry, and I'll handle the. All right, so what the hell just happened? No idea what happened. I literally have no idea. Oh wait, I think I have an idea. So what I think happened is maybe we were long during that whole time and I didn't even notice it. I think we were long, to be honest with you guys. I very well think we were long during that whole time right there. Were we actually long? I don't believe it. Were we actually long that whole time? I should have, and I didn't even think about it, but I could have just looked at the accounts over here and you'll see the simulated account and it'll just show you if you're actually in a position or not. So that's a very interesting thing. So I'm gonna wait here and see. Maybe we actually didn't even exit that first position. Maybe we were still in the position, and we just never hit our stop loss. Because our stop loss would have been, well, let's say our entry was at 90 flat. Our stop loss would have been at 80 flat. So would have been down here. You know what? That actually this candle right here would have hit our stop loss. So I don't think. I don't know. I have no idea. So definitely. I don't even think we have our stop loss. Maybe we just reversed. I have no idea what's going on, but I'm gonna wait it out and see if we could get another entry, and we'll definitely stay on this screen right here to see what actually happens. So at this point, it's more of an experiment. I mean, I kind of already know or feel like I've taken a loss already, even though it was not necessarily a loss, since we did learn a little bit of things here. For you guys, it's probably unfortunate. Sorry to waste your time. But for me, it's more of a learning experience here, and hopefully I do eventually get to perfect this and share this with you guys. I'll probably leave the complete actual perfect code on the Discord server if you guys are interested. You guys probably won't see it until a couple of days from now once I actually perfect it, and then you guys will also see it, me trading it live on the videos, on any future videos that I do in terms of trading futures. So yeah, I might wrap it up right here. I'm gonna wait until the next trade here happens, but if it's another unsuccessful trade like this one, I'm just gonna call it good right there, guys. Hope you guys understand, because this has been a long day. I've literally been going at it since like 10 or 9 in the morning, and it's already almost gonna be 4, so a good amount of hours right there.
Admitted.
All right, so that's interesting right here. I wasn't gonna resume the video, but we throw an order here to get filled, and it seems to be perfect. I don't know why it didn't work over here. Maybe it was too fast. I don't know, but we have our entry at 10, as you can see here, pretty much at 10. Stop loss at 600, so that's a 10-point stop loss, which is perfect, exactly what we want. Besides that, I don't know what else to say about that. I mean, ideally, I would want to see this move to the 20 level, which would be right here. I know that we won't sell, but I do know that I did tell ChatGPT to move up my stop loss to break even at this point. Wait, and actually, that's not accurate. This isn't as accurate as I thought. So the order should have been sent to 1225, which is the high of this candle, but we didn't even move up above that candle. So this is a premature entry. This is a negative entry here, so not accurate. Definitely not accurate. For a second, I was just excited to see the 10-point stop loss and that we're in a position. But the more I look at it, the less accurate it is. So our entry should have been at pretty much at 12, which is just like 2 points above here. And you could say that it might have actually been, because it wasn't actually a market order. I mean, it wasn't a limit order. It was a market order. And the market orders will just throw you in there at any price. But then again, it never even pushed above this candle here, this white candle here, which is supposed to. So definitely a lot of work I have to do, you guys, not gonna lie. Again, if you guys have any advice on things like this, please feel free to let me know, share them with me. If not, sorry that I made you guys go through all this, but on the bright side, you guys did learn a strategy. I mean, I did do a full breakdown of pretty much the strategy that I'm going to be trading in the future here in a couple of days. I mean, I've been trading this strategy for a while already, but I've just been doing it manually. It's a little bit difficult, but it's still doable. So at least you guys got to see a glimpse of my strategy. Not even a glimpse, a full breakdown of my strategy, to be honest with you guys. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. Comment if you have any questions. Again, if you have advice, let me know too. But besides that, I'll see you guys tomorrow on future videos as well. Again, check the link down below for the Discord. Please join. I do have only 11 members, and not all of them are even traders. A lot of them are just there to just be there. So if you guys want to join, help me out a little bit, make sure to join. Again, you can leave anytime you like. I do have a lot of good resources there for you guys, and you guys will also find the perfected strategy maybe in a couple of days, hopefully in a couple of days, the perfected code line. Once I do actually manage to get it perfected, you'll find that on the Discord. So leave a like, you guys, comment, subscribe, and stay focused.